All right, building a startup in 500 days, day 267. So I actually forgot to mention this in my update yesterday, but yesterday I had our weekly Tuesday manager session with Zach and Stan. And so, as I've mentioned before, where we're at with the manager version is that we did this kind of whole development, this V1 design kind of situation. And so now Zach, who's kind of acting as a manager, is testing it with his artist. So we're kind of just waiting to see what the feedback's like there. Is it valuable? There's honestly more stuff we probably could do, but I am kind of just like, I'm just so curious, to be honest, if it's valuable or not. Like this new design, like I've said before, this is the first time I'm building something that I'm not personally using. So before like investing a lot more time into different features that we kind of have on the roadmap, I want to make sure that just like the core of it is valuable, or if we have to like change some things up. And so basically, update from the sesh yesterday is that they did get set up on last Monday night, I think, or last Tuesday night or something, just like getting in tasks, but not a lot more updated from there. I think it's just a tricky thing because Zach doesn't actually have a lot of tasks this week, so it's like it's kind of hard to test. But I think he's gonna follow up with the artist and see if the artist has been using it at all. But I don't know. It's kind of an interesting thing. Like in the first kind of iteration of the manager version, it was kind of similar setup, right? Where like the easy thing is getting people to set it up. It's just like a call and getting having someone be willing to test it out. But the hard thing is if they actually come back and continue to use it. And so that is what we really need to see is like objectively, even though he's kind of building this tool, but like objectively, is it actually valuable or not? So this it is actually helpful though because I know before I mentioned that we might do like a week of testing and then have like a user research call, but I think it's going to take a little bit longer to see if it's valuable on like the day to day with tasks and stuff like that. Like I think a testing period of 2 or 3 weeks is probably going to be more valuable than just one, seeing as I don't know, just like the nature of a week, you don't necessarily, in terms of like this specific use case, have like a ton of tasks every day. So it's sometimes hard to really tell. So we'll see, I guess. But that's kind of like the big manager update is that that first test is still undergoing. And honestly, I don't really have a ton more to report in terms of the value there. Um, but we'll obviously keep this we'll keep y'all posted when I know. And then, so I have been posting my kind of like backlog videos in feed on Instagram, which has actually been dope because we've gotten some new users from there and also just like have had some more DM conversations about what we're building. And I had a super interesting convo with this dude, Jake, who I knew from the Quadio days, who was, he was like asking about, uh, like, or he was basically saying because he was on daily and he was like, "Oh, it could be cool to have a project manager type situation." It was like, it's funny you say that. That's actually exactly our V1. Like that's how we started, and then we pivoted away just because people didn't really want to keep up with it. So we tried to make something super simple. But the cool thing is that like that project manager. I don't know if I've really mentioned on this, but like I still use that every day for my internal project management. So it still exists, right? It's just like there. So I sent him the info on that and I mean, I don't know. That will be interesting. Like, if he likes it, maybe there's a case to be made to, continue, I don't know, market it in like a different way as like a project manager solution. I don't know. I mean, at this point, yeah, we kind of have like, we're just like throwing darts at the wall almost with different products and seeing what sticks. I don't know. Like, I'm personally the most excited about Daily. Like, that's some shit that I love to use and just like the mission behind it is what gets me fired up. But if there actually is some utility here with this project manager and it's literally already built, that could be interesting. So not really going to pay much thought into it unless um, I hear that it actually is valuable and this user is really using it, and then maybe there's a case to be made to put some more thought into it. Who knows? We'll see. But that was kind of like a, I don't know, just like an interesting little thing that happened today. And then it was kind of a mess though because so we have Daily, that's an app live on the App Store. But then we also have this other like test flight app that was originally the project manager, and then we converted it to the manager version. But I can like do a database trigger on the back end for certain users where they can view the project manager version if I set it to them, but the onboarding flow is still for the manager version. Now, basically, I had to walk him through going through the manager new test flight that's like all messed up and new. And so the whole onboarding experience. So we'll see. Like that might impact the experience too. It might be negative. Who knows? We will see how that goes. And then have got like a few new people on. I'd say there's maybe like one or two new people joining daily every day. So definitely not anything crazy. Also, retention isn't great. Like there's been people who have come on. Um, there have been a few people who have come on once, maybe twice, and then I haven't seen them again. Um, I don't know. I guess where I'm at right now is since this is kind of just like almost like a passion project right now. I don't really care to be honest. Like I don't know. People can show up if they want. If they don't, like ideally more and more people will show up and be retained. But instead of like trying to get really into like the data and stuff and like user experience on why they're not being retained right now, I think I just want to continue building out the vision that gets me hyped, which is this kind of like more journal case study thing that ideally I'll session with my sister on this week. Um, and then kind of go from there. I don't know. I feel like we've done so much on this like beta testing kind of stuff this summer. Like at some point, you just kind of build what you want to build. And if people use it, they use it. If they don't, they don't. And also, like, there is a core group. There's probably like 6 people who use it every day. So, it feels like there is something there. Maybe it's just like a certain archetype. I don't know. At some point, maybe it's worth getting into the weeds on, how to retain people or whatever. But for now, I'm just going to keep posting on TikTok, continue spreading the word, continue kind of building out things that I think resonate with the mission and like the direction we're trying to go to. And then maybe, if they're actually, I don't know, maybe if it's warranted to spend more time into like getting into the weeds on user journeys and like how we can retain people better. I don't know, maybe then we'll look into it. But yeah, overall solid day, following journey. Catch y'all tomorrow.